Welcome, let us begin. Be the sun, and all will see you. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. If you wish to glimpse inside a human soul and get to know a man, just watch him laugh. If he laughs well, he is a good man. Nothing in this world is harder than speaking the truth, nothing easier than flattery. If you want to overcome the whole world, overcome yourself. Above all, don't lie to yourself. The best way to keep a prisoner from escaping is to make sure he never knows he's in prison. Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. The really great man must, I think, have great sadness on earth. The darker the night, the brighter the stars. The deeper the grief, the closer is God. It is better to be unhappy and know the worst than to be happy in a fool's paradise. I gave up caring about anything, and all the problems disappeared. The formula 2 and 2 make 5 is not without its attractions. Taking a new step, uttering a new word, is what people fear most. Cleverest of all, in my opinion, is the man who calls himself a fool at least once a month. People speak sometimes about the bestial cruelty of man, but that is terribly unjust and offensive to beasts. No animal could ever be so cruel as a man, so artfully, so artistically cruel. It is not the brains that matter most, but that which guides them, the character, the heart, generous qualities, progressive ideas. If you want to be respected by others, the great thing is to respect yourself. Only by that Only by self-respect would you compel others to respect you. Love life more than the meaning of it. You can be sincere and still be stupid. One must have the courage to dare. Compassion is the chief law of human existence. It's the great mystery of human life that all grief passes gradually into quiet, tender joy. To love another person is to see them as God intended them to be. To go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else's. Break what must be broken, once for all, that's all, and take the suffering on oneself. Man only likes to count his troubles, he doesn't calculate his happiness. Destroy my desires, eradicate my ideals, show me something better, and I will follow you. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. He who masters the gray every day is a hero. The more incompetent one feels, the more eager he is to fight. 100 suspicions don't make a proof. Power is only given to him who dares to stoop and take it. Nothing is easier than to denounce the evildoer. Nothing is more difficult than to understand him. Only the heart knows how to find what is precious. If everything on earth were rational, nothing would happen. Learning to love is hard, and we pay dearly for it. It takes hard work and a long apprenticeship, for it is not just for a moment that we must learn to love, but forever. Wealth is the number of things one can do without. I don't know how to be silent when my heart is speaking. It's amazing what one ray of sunshine can do for a man. When I look back on my past and think how much time I have wasted on nothing, how much time has been lost in futilities, errors, laziness, incapacity to live, how little I appreciate it, how many times I sinned against my heart and soul, and then my heart bleeds. Life is a gift. Life is happiness. Every minute can be an eternity of happiness. The most offensive is not their lying. One can always forgive lying. Lying is a delightful thing, for it leads to truth. What is offensive is that they lie and worship their own lying. I did not bow down to you. I bowed down to all the suffering of humanity. You will burn, and you will burn out. You will be healed and come back again. But how could you live and have no story to tell? Love a man, even in his sin, for that love is a likeness of the divine love, and is the summit of love on earth. I used to imagine adventures for myself. I invented a life so that I could at least exist somehow. Nothing has ever been more insupportable for a man in a human society than freedom. Talking nonsense is the sole privilege mankind possesses over the other organisms. It's by talking nonsense that one gets to the truth. I talk nonsense, therefore I am human. I love mankind, he said, but I find to my amazement that the more I love mankind as a whole, the less I love man in particular. Nature doesn't ask your permission. It doesn't care about your wishes, or whether you like its laws or not. You are obligated to accept it as it is, and consequently, all its results as well. The greatest happiness is to know the source of unhappiness. It takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. Lying to ourselves is more deeply ingrained than lying to others. Man is a mystery. It needs to be unraveled. And if you spend your whole life unraveling it, don't say that you have wasted time. I'm studying that mystery because I want to be a human being. Don't let us forget that the causes of human actions are usually immeasurably more complex and varied than our subsequent explanations of them. Sarcasm, the last refuge of the modest and chaste-salted people when the privacy of their soul is coarsely and intrusively invaded. Much unhappiness has come into the world because of bewilderment and things left unsaid. The man who has a conscience suffers whilst acknowledging his sin. That is his punishment. Grown-up people do not know that a child can give exceedingly good advice, even in the most difficult case. Man has it all in his hands, and it all slips through his fingers from sheer cowardice. Nowadays, almost all capable people are terribly afraid of being ridiculous and are miserable because of it. What do you think? Would not one tiny crime be wiped out by thousands of good deeds? To fall in love does not mean to love. One can fall in love and still hate. My God, a moment of bliss. Why isn't that enough for a whole lifetime? I can see the sun, but even if I cannot see the sun, I know that it exists, and to know that the sun is there, that is living. One can't understand everything at once. We can't begin with perfection all at once. In order to reach perfection, one must begin by being ignorant of a great deal, and if we understand things too quickly, perhaps we shan't understand them thoroughly. The more stupid one is, the closer one is to reality. The more stupid one is, the clever one is. Stupidity is brief and artless, while intelligence squirms and hides itself. Intelligence is unprincipled, but stupidity is honest and straightforward. People with new ideas, people with the faintest capacity for saying something new, are extremely few in number. Extraordinarily so, in fact. Don't be overwise. Fling yourself straight into life, without deliberation. Don't be afraid. The flood will bear you to the banks and set you safe on your feet again. We sometimes encounter people, even perfect strangers, who begin to interest us at first sight, somehow suddenly, all at once, before a word has been spoken. What's strange, what would be marvelous, is not that God should really exist. The marvel is that such an idea, the idea of the necessity of God, could enter the head of such a savage, vicious beast as a man. This is my last message to you. In sorrow, seek happiness. Thank you for your time. Stay strong.